I just love the idea of all these people eating lunch, and there's this spore gas emitter that's still running right behind us. I'll get it after I finish the sandwich, yeah.
A scheme has
I'll get it
succeeded.
later. Joey? Yeah, Joey turned into a clicker, but he really likes this sandwich, so it's just not you when you're hungry. Yeah, so there is a like-minded intellect, Dr. Magnolia Ming. He wants to curb world population.
Story.
I didn't know John Steele worked with Kingsmen. No, John, they were just valets. They work at the casino, John. Don't do it.
Dr. Ming, I presume. I am an admirer of your work.
Do you know how many shady people drop into my life and open with that? It's a non-zero amount.
Then let me try something more novel. I want to augment your research. Make it the best it can be.
Intriguing. Usually those who try to discuss my research are people with badges.
We have that in common. Why not meet to see what else we share?
Eat at a criminal network.
Assist Dr. Ming in her spore research. Is this the reason we've never gotten spore 2? So see, Dr. Ming, my facilities are truly state-of-the-art for the criminally inclined. Gosh, getting through this video without making any COVID jokes is gonna be hard, guys. Boy, you think we should move the Bobby from where they're harvesting the spore gas? No. Things will be fine. What are they eating? Are those giant spiders? Okay, so I know that it's a stereotype of Australia that they have really big bugs, but I don't think that's what goes on the Bobby.
How are you finding my laboratories, Doctor?
They're excellent. I've made breakthroughs I assume to be years and years away. It's just...
Have you not been adequately provided for?
Ooh, I have. I just think the spore gas needs test subjects. And I think I'll start with you.
Oh boy, she's getting away. She's left the spores behind. Oh no, it's too late. Terry Kim, oh thank goodness. You have survived. Now we're just gonna have to put you under lock and key to make sure there are no ever side effects and you can't be a super spreader, but...
Dr. Ming, I thought you and I had an understanding.
We did, just not the same one. Thank you for your help with my research. Earth's green future is in your debt.
If you think I am the sort of person you can cross lightly...
Oh, I don't. I'm terrified of you. That's why I flooded your lair with gas. Insurance. Thanks for everything.
Time to cash in on this little puppy I was saving for a rainy day, and that rainy day was paying for 2 supercomputers. Type. Find that antidote. Wakanda! Okay, so even though you have to destroy a set number of these to be able to progress the story, their minions don't automatically take care of these. I just love the idea of all these people eating lunch, and there's this spore gas emitter that's still running right behind us. I'll get it after I finish the sandwich, yeah.
A scheme has
I'll get it
succeeded.
later. Joey? Yeah, Joey turned into a clicker, but he really likes this sandwich, so it's just not you when you're hungry. Also, the gas emission, actually, like the gas clouds, seem to be unrelated to any emitters nearby. Couldn't they have set up something that, like, next to Red Alert, you could have a protocol to have a team of minions sweep the lair? That could get rid of, you know, all the stuff that the super agents put down. It could get rid of stuff like this. Not that going over my lair pixel by pixel isn't fun, but it's such a drag. Side Story Chapter 2, Poison Ivy. Dr. Magnolia Ming intends to use your doomsday device to synthesize the perfect version of her spore gas. Stop her weeds before they can take root in your garden. Why is there an apostrophe with poison ivy? Is it just because poison ivy is trademarked?
I'm disappointed you survived, but that's science for you.
You must have a death wish to come back to my island.
This island belongs to nature. It will be the seed that a new, unspoiled paradise will sprout from. And you helped.
What have you done, Dr. Ming?
Infected the very air you breathe. Inhale deep, and it'll all be over soon.
Destroying gas emitters, take 2. Making me regret that I did such a thorough scrub the first time. Okay, so it looks like as of the update to the game, they no longer show threats in red, or this is just a bug, but this is a threat quest, or it's a threat scheme, but it's not, it's just labeled as a normal one, so. Watch out for these, otherwise you'll be losing money and having your regions log out from under you. Well, this threat appears properly, so I don't know what that was down in Australia. Maybe it's just a bug. Hopefully it is. Just what happened to mine. Mind the singularity nano mulch she's left to defend her lair. I mean, normally I would say that my minions could handle dirt, but I've also seen what my minions do, so it's kind of a fair challenge there. We'll pit them against the mulch, see who comes out on top. I give the mulch underdog, but maybe 40-60. Don't plan on getting any of your real research done on this side story, guys. Just keep it open for all these side story pieces.
What do you want, Dr. Ming? All I ever did was help you.
And your wonderful device can help me more. You were right. My operation needs to grow.
Oh, every woman just wants me for my super weapon.
If you think you can repurpose my life's work,
I think as long as you're breathing that spore miasma, I can do whatever I want.
Hey Joe, that spore emitter's back again. Yeah, I'll get it after I finish my Reuben. Dr. Ming, so glad that you enjoy handling business in person. The thugs in green with the gas masks, they look so cool. So I know her shoulder pads are supposed to be the hazmat symbol, but the game running on my potato computer makes them look like little smiley faces on each shoulder. Do you guys see it? Light 'em up, Eli! Light 'em up.
I'm invincible.
The one with a barracuda can do.
Are they polished enough for display?
Alright guys, so as much as I love this valet break room over here on the casino side, it does have the downside of bringing other minions through because, I mean, I guess, well, I think anything that I put in here would still cause it, like unless it was only the valet counter, but here's still a normal minion is going to come to work it. So it seems kind of unavoidable if you build something like this that other minion types are going to come through. And then if you have unwelcome guests that are marked for capture or being killed, then you're going to start having battles break out within your casino rather than behind the closed doors. So, I mean, that's unfortunate. It doesn't matter too much for the cover operation. I've never made very much money out of the cover operation, but it's a little bit of a nuisance versus the others where you're able to just kind of keep things happening back within your corridors where you're in more control. I guess really the downside is that if there were other investigators in here that were successfully being distracted, they will get pulled into the fight. So we got kind of lucky actually that we were only fighting Ming and her guards. If you're wondering what all of these bizarre flaming hopscotch courses are, check out my Carl Cuffard review and you'll find out.
Before you get any ideas with that weapon of yours, what if I joined you?
I seem to remember extending that offer first. Your response was to make some interesting choices.
Let me make a new choice. You saw how effective I was with my experiments. I could do that for yours too.
Why should I spare you? Why should I even trust you?
I trust you because I didn't think you were a believer. Now I know I'm wrong. Let me show you I'm one.
Side Story Chapter 3, Steel Magnolias. Magnolia Ming swears she can prove her worth to you by demonstrating her perfected spore gas. Give her a chance to earn a spot in your operation.
Ooh, I've isolated the ideal target for my perfected spore gas weapon.
A saber base?
They polluted the water for miles. Deploy the spore. Make them pay for their treatment of the earth.
And how will this further my goals?
By proving to you that my genius is worth keeping alive. Now, push the button.
So usually the game goes pretty overboard when depicting like the stereotypes of the henchmen, but I think the tree hugger is just spot on. If you guys are going to run this side story, be ready for all these schemes to take up a ton of scientists. So if you've got the money to swing it early on, just train up a bunch, like 20 of every type, and then you'll be able to get through things faster.
I admit, I'm quite impressed.
Keep me on, and there's plenty more where that came from. We'll save the world yet.
Save the world? You sound like you belong on the other side.
They don't want to save the world. They just want to be comfortable. I'm prepared to actually save the planet. Humanity is just in the way.
Another thing we have in common. Welcome to the team, Dr. Ming.
Now, while Dr. Magnolia is actually on your team, she really doesn't care about your henchmen or the agents. Her abilities do not discriminate between either type, and they will affect both equally. It's up to you to deploy her abilities at the exact right time to be able to get the most benefit. So here we're going to look at Cure first. Emit Gas Cloud, an airborne microbe cloud that restores the vitality of all who come in contact with it. So this will heal your minions, it will heal your henchmen, it will heal your evil genius, it will also heal your opponents. We're going to check out what it's able to do here. So as a setup, we have Karol Kafad here. He's taken a little bit of a beating from a previous encounter with a super agent. So we're going to see how much Cure is able to bring him up.
Smells better than it sounds.
Copy that.
Here we go. She emits it all around her, and then even as she leaves, it is staying within the area, and it is staying around Karl as well. Even as he starts to walk away, you see the effect is persistent, and he is able to tick up in health here. Though as he moves, the cloud has to follow. He can run faster than the cloud. The cloud is trying to keep up with him right now, and then it's looking to seek out other targets here. Like this poor guy. Hey, Santiago Bishop. You need to pick me up? Well, we got it for you.
I am listening.
And the cloud has left off because this is the max health of Karol Kafard. So he got a really significant heal out of that. That's on the level of like what Iris is able to do with her reroute power protocol to be able to top herself up. So a extremely potent ability there out of Dr. Ming.
What do you need from me?
And here the cooldown is about a third done by the time the clouds have dissipated, so its cooldown isn't even that bad. You're not going to be able to get it off multiple times in a fight, and even in a fight it's a little bit iffy if you want to use it because the cloud can just as easily swing towards the enemy agents and top them up, making that fight even harder. But if you're going to have to bounce your agents from fight to fight, or if you're bringing them into a fight and you realize that they haven't been able to top off, you can use Cure here, bring them up to strength for whatever battle you need them in. So with the latest patch, your schemes that reduce heat in regions actually do not trigger the attention of super agents. That was my favorite way to bring in super agents to be able to test combat encounters with. I would just run one of those 10 seconds immediately and be able to get them. Now you actually have to run a real mission or do the real invitation scheme, which inexplicably takes 3 minutes for the technician to be able to invite Blue Saint, but it is what it is. Also, does anybody know why Agent X's invitation scheme is so dang expensive? Like, this is insane. 14 minions versus the single minion for every other super agent? I don't get it. Alright, with a clear walkway here, we have the perfect clearance to unleash the Contagion. Let's see how much work this deadly gas cloud is able to do against Blue Saint and his crew. So here, Contagion, emit gas cloud, unleashes a cloud of deadly microbes that seek out nearby targets, draining their vitality and skill. So this will seek out any available targets, including your own henchmen or minions, but there are none available right here, making it the perfect chance to run a test.
Another bad air day.
Ooh. Here we go, it's all set. And it is released. So here we have men simply fleeing from the gas cloud. Poor Sabra Trumpet has been caught within it. They are starting with 150 health here, so let's see how much it takes them down. 130, oh my gosh. This damage is amazing. And it's got 2 of them. So it caught 2. We kind of fired it in the middle of the group. 2 were able to run away. 2 got caught and that didn't follow the lead ones. But they do slowly seek. So they're spreading. They're looking for the ones who ran for the door. No, there's no escape. Oh my gosh, is it actually going to finish them all the way off? It's actually going to do it. They're not going to make it. Oh no. But now they're dissipating. Okay, so they last long enough to completely kill someone from 150 health, but then it looks like they all dissipate at about that point. So 150 health damage is what we get out of these. Let's see what Dr. Ming can put up with just straight up combat. She's got a melee attack here, no range attack. It's a messy fight, so we're not getting a good look at what her damage is, but she's going in there. She's got a pretty average stat line. Nothing that she's really gaining much of an advantage off of, but also no real weaknesses. She's got straight even stats across the board. Checking the cooldown on Contagion, it is pretty slow here. You're not going to be able to use it in back-to-back fights, and definitely not multiple times in a single fight, but as you can see, it did tremendous work slowing down those initial investigators. Okay, we're going to set Dr. Ming against someone more their own size here, see what she does in straight-up combat against this investigator over here who is average quality. Now, the agent does have a partner nearby, but that should just even things out a little bit. Whew. Okay, so basic agents not standing up to this lady. I want to see it again. Full health, 100 health until... Oh man, she just lays into them. I love it. Looks like they do about 5 damage back to her. Yeah, her quality is just so much higher than these agents. There you go, Dr. Magnolia Ming in the team. My gosh, is she a potent character. Her abilities being completely indiscriminate in affecting agents and your minions alike, I think is really interesting. It leaves it up to you to choose exactly when to deploy them for the best effect, and their effects are dramatic. Cure is a major heal that can spread across multiple targets. Really good for topping up a team of henchmen that need it right before a fight, or if they're going to go from one fight into another, or if your evil genius himself is in a spot of desperation. And the cooldown on Cure is pretty good, Contagion, bringing the damage, a lot of damage, 150 damage spread out against that minion that we tested it on, or I'm sorry, the super agent team member, and just leveled that team with the gas cloud. Also, because it causes people to scatter at the point of the gas cloud, that is also a really powerful piece of the ability. We used it out there on the walkway, and then it ended up splitting up the super agent team so much that we got to fight them in 2 smaller battles rather than having to take them all on when they were clumped up. So even like just that effect of being able to get teams of agents to scatter could make this a viable ability. Like, I wouldn't be saying that it's a terrible ability if that was all it did, but it also does damage on top of that. So the downside is that it's also going to hurt your own minions and your own friends. You just have to make sure that you're deploying it in a situation where you're focused on the agents, and you also can only deploy it directly from Dr. Ming's location with a slight delay after you activate the ability. So getting the perfect deployment is going to take a little bit of practice, and it might put Dr. Ming in danger in some situations, but a lot of the agents don't immediately aggro onto your henchmen unless you tell them to effectively, and this can be an incredible way to start off what would otherwise be a really difficult encounter, and you just take out somebody with the gas cloud, you cause some others to scatter, and then you pick them off one by one. Her stat line is fine, average stats across the board, and then as we saw, her just one-on-one damage once her abilities are spent is still good. Like, having her in there contributing to the fist fight and the melee is fine. Like, she's going to be able to hold her own completely. So 2 thumbs up here on Dr. Magnolia Ming. If you want to be able to save the environment through the destruction of all humanity, Dr. Ming is definitely your gal. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video and if you appreciate the attempt on my part to have no COVID and no gas jokes, low-hanging fruit with this character. It was hard, but I think I managed pretty well. Put a comment in if you've seen Dr. Ming do crazy stuff and what kind of awesome stories you have with playing with her. And subscribe if you want to see more videos. Thank you guys, and have a good one.